Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today with another fantasy football video. In today's video, I got Week 9 quarterback rankings. I go through quarterback 1 through 20 for Week 9 and explain to you why I like them or why I have them ranked for so low in Week 9. Now, before I get in the video, I'd like to give you guys a word from my sponsor, OverlayDFS.com. OverlayDFS.com is the brand new start sit format and my favorite way to play daily fantasy football. Now, they have gotten rid of their what it was the single entry GPP. You can only enter one time into these contests. Now you can enter up to 10 times to obviously boost your odds to win. Now, you might be wondering, why is this going to be worth it for me? Because this is a progressive bonus type of deal. And what the progressive bonus means is every single week, when no one hits the 12-0 record, it keeps adding more and more money. And this $22 one, it is, if you go 12-0, you get the beautiful stars to align. You get $6,740. Obviously, if you go up to the higher paid ones, the progressive bonus is over $27,000. If you're in the top 10% of the entries, you get 9 times the buy-in. So that's just amazing right there, and it's pretty easy to do. You got to make 12 picks plus 3 alternate picks, and I'll show you pretty much how you make these picks. Do you think Aaron Rodgers, for example, will do better than Russell Wilson? Aaron Rodgers playing the LA Chargers, Russell Wilson playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All you got to do is select one of those players, and then you do that 11 more times. There are so many matchups on the screen that you can even do any of these as long as you do 12 of them plus the 3 alternate picks, and then like I said, if you hit that beautiful 12-0, you get that amazing progressive bonus. So make sure you guys check out OverlayDFS.com. Link down below in the description is a great time. Come join me. We're going to have some fun this week on Overlay DFS. And we are back. Make sure to check out OverlayDFS.com. Link down below in the description. Let's get right into it. Week 9 quarterback rankings. At number 1, I have Deshaun Watson in the London game going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Deshaun Watson has been performing very well the last couple of weeks. Even without Will Fuller, I think Deshaun Watson will be able to dominate in this game. I believe this is going to be a very high-scoring affair in London. Now, I think that Deshaun Watson gets it done both in the air and with his legs in this game. Obviously, if you're playing in a 4-point per passing touchdown league, you get that huge boost when Deshaun Watson runs it in and gets you 2 more points than normal for that touchdown, and I love Deshaun Watson this week up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 2, we have Mr. Russell Wilson going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the number 1 run defense in the NFL, but you know what they don't have? The number 1 pass defense, and that's what's going to matter against Russell Wilson this week. I know they have acquired Flash Gordon. He is not going to play in this game, but without Flash Gordon, it doesn't fucking matter. Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Chris Carson are all going to be able to get huge work in this game. I love Russell Wilson this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I even think he's going to be able to get some work done with his legs. At number 3, we have Mr. Aaron Rodgers going up against the LA Chargers. And the LA Chargers defense is decimated. All their players are all hurt. They're all dead, and they all are not trying. I think that Aaron Rodgers goes out there on Sunday and decimates the LA Chargers. He's been playing so well the last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago against the Raiders, huge game. Last week, huge game. This week against the LA Chargers, I think it is the exact same way for Aaron Rodgers. He's been playing great, actually not all season, because at the beginning he struggled, but him and Matt LaFleur have gotten onto the same page, and he has been playing phenomenally, and he's trying to get that MVP that he wants so bad. I don't think he's going to be able to win it, but he's putting up quite the campaign the last couple of weeks. At number 4, we have Mr. Matthew Stafford going up against the Oakland Raiders. Matthew Stafford is going to play great this game. We've seen the last couple of games Matt Stafford being a top 12 quarterback. He's actually a top 12 quarterback on the year. He's been playing that well the last couple of games this week against a soft Oakland Raiders defense. I think that Matt Stafford really is able to get it done this week. I potentially see him being the number 1 quarterback this week in fantasy football, but we all know Matt Stafford has those games where you think it's going to be fucking amazing. You think it's going to be the most juicy matchup ever, and he needs those huggies because he shits his pants straight on your fantasy football team. At number 5, we have Mr. Dak Prescott going against the New York Football Giants on Sunday night. Now, or Monday night, I should say. Dak Prescott has been playing well the last couple of weeks. I think against this Giants defense, he's just going to go hog wild. He's going to run the ball, throw the ball, do all the things you can do with the football, except for turn it over and cause fumbles and all that jazz. Dak Prescott will be great this game against a not-so-good Giants defense. At number 6, we have Josh Allen going against the Washington Redskins. And Josh Allen has not been performing all up to my liking. The last couple of weeks, he's had two juicy matchups. You know what he's done? Just put up like 20 to 25 points every game. And that's good. But these matchups have been so good that to me, it seems impossible for him to have not been performing super amazing. This week against the Redskins, this is his easiest matchup of the year. This matchup he should be able to absolutely eviscerate the Washington Redskins. All of these top 6 guys that I've ranked right here, in my opinion, like I said for Matthew Stafford, could be the number one guy on the week. They all have juicy matchups. Josh Allen's matchup, probably one of the juiciest of them all against the Redskins defense that is not trying to win. They cannot stop anyone. And Josh Allen gets a lot of his fantasy points on the ground. And I think against the Washington Redskins, he could run for potentially 100 yards. No one's going to be able to stop Joshy Allen. At number 7, we have the Minshew Mania. Gardner Minshew going up against the Houston Texans in London. Gardner Minshew has put up 2 amazing games in a row. Pretty much all season he's been playing amazing, which is going to prove to be a problem when Big Dick Nick comes back, because maybe Gardner Minshew gets the start over him. But that is another discussion. For this week, week 9, I love Gardner Minshew against the Houston Texans. Every single week the last couple of weeks, he's been putting up 20 to 25 points every single game. He's above 16 fantasy points at 4-point per passing touchdown leagues every single game, except for one where it was a really good matchup and he just played like shit against the Saints, but that's okay. Every other week, he's been playing amazing, and this week against Houston should be no difference. Gardner Minshew has been playing out of his mind. Even without likely D.D. Westbrook in this game, I still think Gardner Minshew is going to be able to get it done. At number 8, we have Mr. Lamar Jackson go up against the New England Patriots. I know a lot of people are very, very, very worried about the fact that the New England defense is so good, and they don't think that Lamar Jackson is going to be able to get it done. What I think is that Lamar Jackson, given how good the Patriots defense is, I don't think the Patriots have played that many good teams, and I think that Lamar Jackson is going to prove to be a threat to this defense. I think Lamar Jackson's going to be able to get it done enough with his legs. I think he could run for 80 yards. That's 8 free fucking points. Okay, and I think he's going to be able to run in a touchdown. That's another 6 points. I see him actually playing phenomenally against the New England Patriots, but obviously you're running the risk of the fact that he's playing the Patriots, and the Patriots defense is so good. That's why he's ranked at number 8 when he's typically a top 5 guy, potentially the number 1 ranked guy pretty much every single week. At number 9, we have Kirk Cousins going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, and Kirk Cousins shit the bed last week against the Redskins. It was an amazing matchup, and you know what he did? He went out there and fucked your fantasy team over. But this week against the Kansas City Chiefs, I think he has redemption. Now, we do know that Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that plays in the dome. He is a dome quarterback. He's been the Minnesota team, they've got a fucking dome, and he's going outdoors. He's going away, and this may be the game where Kirk Cousins shits the bed. He's been playing so well the last couple of weeks, aside from last week, that it seems like that this is the week where it all goes downhill. He's been scoring 20 plus points. Then last week, 10 points. This week could be his downfall, but I really do believe he bounces back this week against the Kansas City Chiefs, and I got Kirk Cousins as my number 9 ranked quarterback in fantasy football for week 9. At number 10, we have Mr. DC, Derek Carr, going up against the Detroit Lions. Now, before I talk about Derek Carr, please make sure you guys go down below and click that subscribe button if you have enjoyed thus far. Like I said, at number 10, we have Derek Carr going up against the Detroit Lions. And Derek Carr has actually been quietly putting up some solid fantasy games. Last week, put up an amazing game this week against the Detroit Lions. I think this is shootout central between Mr. Matt Stafford and Derek Carr. And I think that Derek Carr is just going to be able to get it done and be worthy of a top 10 start fantasy football. We know he can get it done with his legs. We know that when he tries to dive towards the pylon, he puts it in his left hand and fumbles it out of the end zone and causes a turnover. But that's okay, because I don't think he does that in this game. I think he just has an overall good game. We know he has Tyrell Williams, Darren Waller, 2 very reliable guys for Mr. Derek Carr. And I just think he has a monster game this week, and he's ranked at number 10. At number 11, we have TB12 going up against the Baltimore Ravens. And I know you might be thinking, Nick, why the fuck do you have Lamar Jackson ranked above Tom fucking Brady? Are you fucking stupid? The Baltimore Ravens defense isn't that good. The Patriots defense is amazing. You're fucking crazy. Nick, you fuck. And I know you may be thinking that, but to me, I believe this may be a pass-heavy type of game where Tom Brady performs. But we've also seen games where Tom Brady just hands the ball off and does nothing, and that could also be this game. They could get up easily against the Ravens. I think that Tom Brady is just too safe of a pick. He is the safest pick in fantasy football. He will never be the number 1 quarterback on a week. He will always go from like quarterback 5 to 12 every single week, or 5 or 14. and you just don't fucking want that. I don't love him this week against the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, you're gonna fucking start him, but I just don't see him having a humongous game this week. At number 12, we have Mr. Famous Jameis Winston, the W eater, going up against Seattle in Seattle. And Jameis Winston, regardless of how shit he is, and regardless of how many picks he throws, he still puts up fantasy numbers. I don't know how he does it. At the beginning of the year, he stunk it up. The last couple of weeks, he has played great. The one game when they were playing in London, that motherfucker threw 5 picks. He threw 5 picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You heard it there, folks. 5 picks, but it didn't matter because he threw so many yards and he threw a touchdown and he still put up 20 points. So this week against Seattle, he could throw 4 fucking picks, and I wouldn't even be surprised if he scored 20 points because Jameis Winston is just that guy. He's like Brett Favre. If Brett Favre didn't know how to throw a touchdown. That's pretty much what Jameis Winston is. He racks up all them yards. He may throw some touchdowns this game. I think he does throw some touchdowns this game, and that is why he is my number 12 ranked quarterback this week in fantasy football. Now on to quarterbacks 13 through 20. At number 13, we have Mr. DJ, Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. All right, he's playing against the Dallas Cowboys. And the Dallas Cowboys defense is not all that amazing. I like the Cowboys defense this week because I think Daniel Jones, he comes down to earth. Last week, he was the number 1 quarterback in fantasy football in a lot of formats. But this week, I think he takes a bit of a decline. But I think against the Dallas Cowboys, he's going to be able to get it done with his legs and through the air. This is an NFC East matchup that the Giants want to win. The Giants are not trying to tank. They're out here trying to win games, unlike the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that Daniel Jones puts up a sneaky good game this week against the Dallas Cowboys. At number 14, we have Mr. Kids See Ghost, Sammy Darnold, going up against the Miami Dolphins. Now, this is the easiest game Sam Darnold will ever have to play. The Dolphins don't want to win. They are a very disciplined team. They have the least amount of flags, least amount of penalties on them all season. They're very disciplined, but they are also disciplined in knowing that they have to lose the game, and Sam Darnold is easily going to be able to pave his way straight through skull fucking the Miami Dolphins at number 14, but I don't love him because of the fact that he's just been a disappointment the last couple of weeks. He's been seeing ghosts. He's been playing terrible, but at the end of the day, this matchup is too juicy for him not to be a top 14 quarterback this week in fantasy football. At number 15, we have Mr. Jacoby Moneybags, going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this week, he is without T.Y. Hilton, and he will be without T.Y. Hilton for the next 3 to 4 weeks. When T.Y. is healthy, Jacoby Brissett is a top 10 quarterback, top 12 quarterback. This week, he's without T.Y. Hilton, and they don't like to throw the ball as much without T.Y. Hilton, and they like to go with a more run-heavy affair. In this game against the Steelers, I think it's more run-heavy, and I think Jacoby Brissett just has an okay game, and that's why he's ranked at number 15 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. At number 16, we have Mr. C.W. Carson Wentz, the worst version of Nick Foles, going up against the Chicago Bears, and Carson Wentz played amazing last week against the Buffalo Bills, but this week against the Chicago Bears, I am not too confident in him. I just am not. The Chicago Bears defense has been drastically playing worse than what they should be doing. And I think this week is a get-right game for the Chicago Bears defense. And I think that Carson Wentz shits the bed this week. And that's why he's ranked number 16. But he's a lot better than these guys behind him. All right? I have a lot more confidence in Carson Wentz than number 17, 18, 19, and 20, all the way through 32. At number 17, we have Mr. Phillip Rivers going up against the Green Bay Packers. And Phillip Rivers may have 17 kids. That's why he's ranked number 17. Not really. But Phillip Rivers has not been performing all that well. Obviously gets this new offensive coordinator in this game, which could mean that they're actually playing well and that Keenan Allen starts to bounce back. But right now, this offense looks terrible, aside from Austin Eckler and Hunter Henry. It just looks terrible, and I'm not sure if Phillip Rivers is going to be able to perform against a Green Bay Packers defense that is low-key very good. At number 18, we have Mr. Ryan Tannehill going up against the Carolina Panthers, and Ryan Tannehill actually had a phenomenal game last week against the Phillip Rivers, and no, that was like 2 weeks ago, but it doesn't fucking matter. Ryan Tannehill has been playing pretty well, but you know what? Guys? This week against the Carolina Panthers, I just don't think he gets it done. I just don't think he plays all that well. I think a lot of people are getting suckered in. They're loving Ryan Tannehill based on how he's been performing. But I'm not sipping that Kool-Aid. I am not going to drink that Kool-Aid and join a cult and die. I am not going to do that. I am going to avoid Ryan Tannehill this week against the Carolina Panthers. At number 19, we have Mr. feeling dangerous Baker Mayfield going up against the Denver Broncos. And I know a lot of people are thinking that Baker Mayfield is going to lose this game. They don't believe in Baker Mayfield. They think that Brandon Allen is going to go in Denver in Mile High and skull fuck the Browns. All right, that's just not going to happen. Baker Mayfield is going to have a bounce back game this week, and he's ranked 19 because of the fact that the Browns have just looked like shit. But I truly believe that I believe in Baker Mayfield this week. I love Baker Mayfield this week. I think he could potentially be a top 12 quarterback this week. He's very sneaky, but he's ranked so low because he's really just been shit in the bed the last couple of weeks. At number 20, we have Mr. Kyle Allen going up against the Tennessee Titans, and I really just don't love Kyle Allen this week. Obviously, I thought actually Cam Newton was going to return, and then it just seems like Cam Newton may not return all season. Kyle Allen has been playing lights out, except for the last game. He has been playing phenomenal. I really do believe that Kyle Allen it may be a better quarterback than Cam Newton, but this Tennessee defense is legitimate, and I think that Kyle Allen will struggle in this game. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you ended up enjoying, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. Knock one time if you're with me. Click that shit. Check out overlaydfs.com. Link down below in the description. I recorded this video at 2 in the morning on 11/2, so if some of this shit's outdated, I'm fucking sorry. I love you guys all. I'm gonna render this out, edit it, go the fuck to sleep. But I want you guys to all have a great rest of your day. Like I said, I love all of you guys. It really does mean a lot to me. All of the support you guys have been showing me thus far this season. And we're going to continue to keep on trucking. I love you guys all. Like I just said, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys with another video later if this isn't the last video. I don't think it will be. There'll be another video coming to you later. Goodbye, my friends.